Reported by Digital Sales, who are well known for marketing Sony's unreleased consoles ahead of reveal. UDNA based. 60 gigabytes of RAM, same as PS5 and deck. PS5 dev kits again reduced to the bandwidth mode, suggesting unified game development and that current PS5 games will be updated to work on handheld as well here. So they're all handheld PlayStation consoles. I don't know. I just don't understand why all of a sudden we're having all these handheld markets like we're finding. Like you have Steam Deck, we have the PlayStation Go or whatever it's called. I actually don't even know what it's called. And of course, you have the Nintendo Switch. The problem is Nintendo's kind of like Apple. They're the big guy. Nintendo has been in the handheld gaming market since the 80s. Okay, because the Game Boy came out in 1989, so yes, Nintendo has been in the handheld market since the 80s as well. But now it's kind of like the new VR. Remember when VR was gonna be the next big thing? And we're actually past the year Sword Art Online took place, which was like 2022 or something like that. Yeah, Sword Art Online took place in 2022 because everybody thought that VR was gonna be the future of video gaming, but we are still playing on consoles and PCs. I think we need to really accept that VR is never gonna really be this huge thing. Okay, most people are just gonna want to play a game on like either the computer or TV. I could be wrong, of course, but VR is still mostly a very niche thing, okay? When you talk about like 2040, 2050, all games will be VR. You can, have it'll be like Ready Player One. You can do whatever you want as well. I just don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think our entire lives gonna be based around VR and VR games, as well, okay? Instead of working in real life, we work in a VR game console as well. And really, that whole thing is kind of dystopian. Ready Player One as a movie is kind of dystopian if you really think about it more. I watched it many times, but because I liked all the references. But if you really think about Ready Player One, it's kind of dystopia because everyone's living in slums. The entire economy is based around VR games. Okay. The entire world economy is based on VR games and video game, and virtual games as well. And I just don't see a future like that happening, okay? VR is, I think, going to be a very niche thing for a long time, okay? I don't think it's ever going to head off. And same thing with the handheld market, okay? Handhelds have to compete with phones already, that's why Sony kind of gave up, but Sony is now making a handheld basically as well. And most likely it will not be based off the PSP or PS Vita. It will likely be, the one they already had before for the PS4 and the PS5, basically. They're going to make a coincide with the PS6 most likely, so you can play your PS6 games on the go, essentially, as well. Kind of like if the Xbox is doing the same thing like the Xbox Rally, whatever that thing is called, as well here. And of course you have the Steam Deck. And really, the PC handheld market is already oversaturated with consoles as well. And Nintendo's kind of like Apple. They're going to sell either way. But, I just don't see I just don't know if the Sony and Xbox handhelds will really be able to beat Nintendo in popularity. I don't know. I've never seen anyone use this thing. Okay? Anyone really know, there was one for the PS4 and PS5. I have never seen anyone use this thing. Same thing with VR. Everybody thought that VR was gonna really be taken off, but still VR is mostly a very niche thing as well. I think we really need to accept that all these different types of gamings will always have their own communities, and the world would never be a bow down to one certain type of gaming. Like there's PC gamers, there's console gamers. There's some who do both. There's some who only do console, only do PC. There's some who only do VR. There's some people who only play Nintendo. There's some people who only play on PC, on Steam Deck. Okay, it's your choice what consoles you play as. Okay, as well. But yep, that's what this video here. Goodbye.